of playing?
Yeah, of course.
Hi everyone, just an opportunity for you to see a quick video of our table that we've just spent most of the day. I was optimistic, I thought I might do it in an hour or two. It's taken us nearly 4 or 5 hours, as Kevin and Chris advised me it would, to get all of our tables set up. So here's a look at our Durland's assault scenario for Waterloo. So I'll start by just giving you a bit of an overview of the table and have a look at Chris's absolutely fabulous terrain. You'll have seen hopefully some of these shots earlier in the other videos I've posted, but some absolutely brilliant buildings. This one hand built by Chris, and all of the terrain and how it was all put together will be available on Chris's Not Just Old School Wargaming blog, so do a search on Google for that, and I'll try over the course of these videos also to put up a link to it, and I think Chris will do a link back to this one as well. So absolutely spectacular terrain, and we're really looking forward to playing this. It is about 35 degrees outside, so we will absolutely swelter, but I'm sure it'll all be worth it. Okay, let's have a look at the forces as they're laid out on the table. Start with the French. So we've got Jacquinot's cavalry division, 2 regiments here on the flank. We've got a Hussar and a Chasseur regiment. The 7th Hussars, this is actually a set of figures, I think they're the 4th, but the 7th Hussars were the ones actually in Jacquinot's division. There's a risk in the game that they may go off and screen against the possibility of advancing Russian forces. But in addition to the 7th Hussars, we've got Chasseurs and 2 regiments of Lancers here, and we've got a horse artillery battery. So they're fairly hemmed in, and they were mainly fought at Waterloo as a screen to the right flank. So we may have some opportunities as the French. I'm playing French tomorrow to use them to put some pressure on the Nassau lines opposite them. But the terrain over here is fairly built up, and you can see we've got some Nassau troops occupying La Haye and Papillote there, those villages, and you may see in the distance got some the 2nd and 3rd Nassau battalions. The 1st, for those of you who know a lot about Waterloo, as you'll know, I think fought at Hougoumont. All right, so then moving across, we've got 4 divisions of French infantry. The 4th division here, I think it's Duretz, was still advancing into position at the start of the assault, so here they are coming onto table. All of these Perry figures, vast majority of them painted by my mate Kevin, but some of them done by myself. And then we move across, we've got the rest of the French divisions. Each division is 8 or 9 battalions strong. So we've got 33, I think, attacking French battalions going up against the Allies. And they go all the way along to La Haye here on the left flank. And you can see, with all the smoke in front of it, our grand battery here. So under the rules, we've got battery of guard 12-pounders, battery of guard horse artillery, Durland's Corps heavy artillery 12-pounders, and then 4 divisional batteries in play. Our Commander-in-Chief has chosen to take the horse artillery, as I mentioned, with the cavalry division. We may have some reserves too, so watch out for those. We may have some cuirassiers we can throw into the game, and we can't pretend we don't know what went on at Waterloo, so we are fearful of, but look forward to the prospect of tussling with the British heavy cavalry when that comes onto the table as part of the Allied reserves. Looking down here, we've got the KGL in La Haye, and then we've got the very sunken part of the sunken lane with KGL line battalions, 2 of those in place there. We've gone for given the Commander-in-Chief an option to slightly alter the deployment areas of the various troops, so not all perfect, not all in exact mirror of historic deployments, but pretty close. So we've got some KGL in reserve as part of the 2nd line. Then we've got the 5th British Division from the Reserve Corps, 2 brigades in place here. And we're starting the game with a representation of the Dutch Belgians starting to redeploy. So we'll do a couple of turns of pre-game firing to represent the arguable proposition as to whether they were exposed to French artillery fire. But we're starting the game with them having taken some rounds, and their Commander-in-Chief has chosen to redeploy them in the centre. So that's all the troops on the table. I think we've got somewhere around 3,000 28mm figures to play with during the course of this game. And we'll also have some off-table movement. that Chris, who's our in-house photographer and brilliant table creator, will be managing during the course of the game. I'll be doing my best to umpire, but I am French, so I will do my best not to be biased in the game, but I really do want the French to win this one. Charlie, who I'm sure many of you know from our previous videos, is fighting for the Allies. He's fighting with the British, and he's polishing up his supply of double sixes for the game. So it's going to be a tough ask for the French. Hope you enjoy the video, and see you all next time. Cheers. A quick shot here from behind the Allied lines. This is behind La Haison with our KGL, looking out against the Grand Battery. Here's the 5th Division. Dutch Belgians redeploying. Some of the Dutch artillery that moved in advance of the redeployment of their infantry brigades, and then the Nassau and the Orange Nassau battalions in La Haye and Papillote. We've got 2 Hanoverian brigades, Lambert's British brigade in reserve, as well as the 2 brigades of British Guard cavalry. Let's do a couple of low-level shots, see what it looks like with a commander's eye view. And hopefully we'll do lots more shots tomorrow.